Now you make a flaming arrow. You got your compound bow, your compound bow arrow, and you got rubber bands and an old washcloth. What you want to do? You want to fold the washcloth so that it fits the arrow. Like so. You want to roll the washcloth onto the arrow. Like so. Then of course you secure the washcloth with the rubber bands. Make it tight as possible. So, now that you have your flaming arrow, you can dip the arrow in your gun. So then you want to douse the arrow in gasoline. Alright, so this is my own personal zombie defense arsenal. It contains 2 melee weapons. Number 1, the katana, for when you get in those close quarter situations. The katana is more of a slashing device, as you can tell by the single-sided blade. And the second melee weapon is the saber. As you can tell, the tip is dual-pointed, so it's more of a stabbing motion. And my far range weapon is the crossbow. About 150 pounds of pullback pressure. Complete with a telescopic sight. Capable of shooting up to, accurately, up to about 120 feet. Now this long range crossbow comes with this type of ammo, as you can see, a typical crossbow arrow. However, it is highly customizable, the tip. As you can see, this is just a blunt point for close range shooting. But I can take this off and put on multiple other tips, such as this broadhead. And this one puts a spin on the arrow, and as you can tell, it is triple bladed. Very sharp. Alright, so this is a break action, double barrel, 20 gauge shotgun. Very effective for dispersing large crowds of zombies, considering the pellet spread. Of course, you want your safety lock, because that will prevent zombies from grabbing it and using it as their own. As I mentioned before, there is 2 barrels, break action, pop the ammo. We're about to show you that ammo. Of course, you have your safety and your over-under switch, your stock. You know, you got your little beads on the end, and ammo is being retrieved right now. Different kinds of ammo. You got your standard 20 gauge, of course, just standard spread. You got your dragon fire ammo. It will shoot a chemical mixture in the pellets, which basically creates a, flaming blast of fire. And then you have your standard 20 gauge slug, which is basically just a wad of metal blasting a hole through your body. Alright, so the final weapon, okay, is the old trusty pistol. This one is very old. It's about 1912. And the bullet is actually just a wad of metal, if you can see that from there. So what you're going to do, you're going to cock back, you stick this in here, then you just pull the trigger. Very convenient when you're out of melee weapons and the zombies are coming closer. Also, you can't go without your standard health whistle. If you are dispersed from your group of zombie survivors and you need help, this whistle is very loud. Help will come. Alright, so what would I do if there was a zombie apocalypse? Well, if I was at home, I would immediately get in the car and drive to the place out west or something where there are as little zombies as possible, because if there's as little people to begin with, there's not enough people to get infected. Therefore, there's as little people as possible, or zombies as possible. Now, this is different from the whole bunker up and defend approach. My approach is more just evade them. Less people originally equals less zombies. Now, I go to Michigan State. What would I do if I was at Michigan State, which is more likely to happen, because I probably won't be home at the time, and a zombie apocalypse occurred? Well, I'll tell you what I would do. I would basically do the same thing, but I wouldn't have my car. And I wouldn't have any weapons. It would basically be a struggle. I'd have to commandeer a catbus or someone's vehicle. I would go out there. There'd probably be a gun shop or something out in BFE I could raid. And then I would not come back here to get my weapons, because that would be going into the city. I'd basically have to do the same plan, but wing it to some degree.